What's up, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Revive Outdoors. If this is your first time to our channel, thanks for stopping in. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. I am excited to talk about what is behind me, which is the DAC tent truck camping setup. So if you have a SUV, a minivan, a truck camping setup with a camper shell on it, or if you have a truck camping setup with a flated topper or maybe something else, this DAC tent is something really special. It's really affordable, easy to set up, easy to use, and is in no time takes you from driving to camping in a complete enclosed environment with a bug net and then also a fully enclosed setup like a normal tent. I use this personally because I love to just stop where I'm at, pull over, and get to camping. So I drive sometimes hours at a time out of state to camp, and when I am ready to stop and pull over, I'm ready to stop. It might be at a rest area, a campground somewhere on the side of the road that's safe, or maybe at a truck stop. So I can throw this on in about 30 seconds and I can get back there and go to sleep. So I really love it. I have enjoyed it since I got it, and now I'm excited to share the details with you. We also now have a discount code available for you. When you use that discount code, it also goes to impact our mission here at Revive Outdoors, which you can learn more about at the end of this video. But what we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to show you how I have it set up, how I use it, and then we're going to talk briefly about some other products that I use on my truck camping setup and some episodes that you will see coming here soon on some products that we have on the way. This is my 4th season to be using this truck camping hunting rig setup, and I'm excited to dive into the details with you. If you have any questions, put those in the comments, but let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to show you with this setup is how small it packs away. So this is all the space that it takes up here and turns into this. So this is the large size truck tent that I have on here. The reason I have the large DAC tent is because I have this raised topper. My topper is not in line with my cab. So if you have a camper shell, SUV, smaller truck that is in line with the cab of the vehicle, or SUVs and minivans stay in line, you are going to want to get the mid-size. But for me, having this raised portion, I realized that the large topper just allowed for a bigger mouth opening here on the back, and it allowed for a little bit more maneuverability when I was setting it up and from a comfort standpoint when camping. So let's go ahead and show you how I have it set up. Before I take you step through step of how you set it up, I want to talk about why I use the DAC tent. One is it expands my space. 2 is it expands my space. The Ford Maverick is a very small compact truck. The truck ends here. I am 5'9" and 3/4. So my feet go to almost the edge of the tailgate, whether I have a bed platform in there or I do not. I am the exact length of about the full extension of this. I believe it might come to 6 foot here at the end. And so for those of you that want a Ford Maverick to camp out of, you're gonna have to sleep a little crooked or bend your knees when you're sleeping if you want to use a Ford Maverick for truck camping. But for all of us short people or average size people, we get to use this. And so I needed a way to pull over and camp out of my flated topper without spending any more extra money. And so if you have a camper shell, whether it be a large truck or a small truck, this extends your space. And I know it may not seem like a lot, or it might not seem necessary in a larger vehicle, but in my opinion, it is always great to expand space with very minimal effort. And so when you have that very minimal effort that you put forth, it packs away, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a win-win for every situation. And so for me, it's a necessity, but for you, it may not be. When it comes to setting up the DAC tent specifically for trucks, let's go ahead and dive into how you do that. The very first thing I do is I lower my tailgate. I will gather up the tent, and then I will take the top of it and I'll extend it out to about right here over, and I'll drop the bungee cords. You can see you have these bungee cords. I go ahead and I pull this back to about midway in my window here, and I just loop it around and hook it back to itself here at the mirror. Then I go ahead and I pull down to the side here on this tire. I hook it up there, and then the last bungee cord that you need to hook up is the one that's underneath. For the Ford Maverick with the large tent, what I personally do is I run it underneath the bumper. Be sure that it's not touching your exhaust if you do that, but for me, I have enough clearance, and the way that I run it underneath there, and then the bungee cord is going to come very long. You're going to need to tie a knot in it and shorten it up to create tension. Another thing that you can do is you can put it through that tow hitch, but it is going to leave this a little loose for the large tent on the Ford Maverick. you play around with whatever your setup is and get it dialed in. Know that you can go through the tow hitch, you can go under the tailgate, you can go underneath the bumper. It comes with a very large bungee string that you can shorten and adjust to your specific needs. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull around on the edge of the tailgate. So you're going to pull around each of these ends, and then I'm going to move inside, and inside I have these two trekking poles. So I have the trekking poles that are set up, I extend them out, and then I put them in the corners. One thing that I am missing today is my PVC pipe. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I have a PVC pipe that goes across, and then the points, the prongs of the trek poles actually go in a hole that I've drilled in the PVC pipe. And what it does is extends this out, makes it nice and flat across there, versus this kind of lower setup where it's sagging in the middle and doesn't come all the way out to the end. I have it to where those poles kind of Y out, and then that PVC pipe attaches, and then it raises this, keeps it nice and flush across the top. And one thing I did want to point out as we move around here is give you a little bit of tips on using the zippers and opening up the windows and the insect window there behind it. When it comes to using the doors on the DAC tent, I want to give you a couple of tips that I know it might seem common sense and it might seem straightforward, but I know that when it comes to zippers, it can cause a lot of frustration, and then you might be dealing with warranty issues that you could have avoided if you just knew these tips. The very first thing that I want to talk about is any kind of fabric that you have that's running a zipper. You just want to run your finger in front of that zipper a little bit, that way it spreads it apart, gets it out of the way. So that's tip one. Tip two is when you are opening these up, you don't really have to worry about it too much when you're opening, is the tension. But when it comes to putting these windows back down, you can see once you have this zipped up all the way around, you have this pulled down, you're talking about a pretty big gap there, and it starts to give a little pressure, especially as you get down here towards the corners. So if you're looking to zip these windows back up, all you got to do is pop that open, or pop that up right there. Go ahead, keep that finger in front of that zipper, keeping that fabric out of the way, and then zip that up. Once you're done zipping it up, all you have to do is put that back down, and then this one is going to zip just fine. So I just wanted to be sure to point that out, because I know zippers can cause a lot of frustration with any type of tent material, and I didn't want y'all to have to deal with having to send these back or any warranty issues. So I just wanted to share that. Now, when it comes to opening these windows up, you have the ability, you have tie-offs in a few different places. So you can tie them off like this, you can tie them off like this. What I usually do is I just cinch them down tight like that, and then make a nice little bow tie. I am most of the time going to leave my bug screen completely zipped up to keep the bugs out of there. Now, once you install your DAC tent, you are also going to notice that there are some gaps in here where this diagonal line comes across, and you have your bumper that is making a nice 90-degree with the tailgate. And so you're gonna have that 45-degree angle that's splitting that off, but all you have to do is take and pack a little towel or anything to cover up those gaps. That way cold air doesn't get in, bugs don't get in, or even warm air if you have some kind of air conditioned setup that is in here. But what I'm gonna do most of the time, again, make sure you pop that up before you zip that close, run your finger in front of it, make sure you're not getting any fabric, and then pop that back down. Most of the time, this is how I am going to be using it. So I'm gonna be using it with that bug, insect, window open or closed, and then these windows completely open. So that way I have my view, I have access in and out very easily, but I don't have to worry about the bugs over time getting in there. You can seal this up nice and tight, and then you have a nice enclosed area, whether you want to sit in there on those fall days when it's really comfortable and just relax, or like a summer hot day like today when all the bugs are out, you want to get away from them, and maybe have a nice little AC setup in there. But that is going to be it for the doors and windows for the most part. The only other thing is when it comes to rolling these up, you do have this that you can run around, and then you can tie back in here. There's a loop that comes down. So I'll go ahead and do that just so I can show you how easy it is. So you can pull that down, cinch it down, or you can tie it up. So that way you have full access to everything that you need, but then you can take and secure it as needed. And then moving inside, it's gonna be the same exact process just from inside. It's gonna have inside zippers so you can close them, open them, do whatever you need. But you can see I have plenty of space in here. Again, this won't sag as much. It'll be up higher when I have my PVC pipe across here. But now what I will do is I'll go ahead and take down the tent and show you just a quick video of how easy it is to take down. All right, that right there is going to be it. If you have any questions specifically on this product, please let us know. A couple of products that I want to briefly talk about that you will be see coming up, and you can see in some other episodes we've already done, is one is what is coming up. So Noku Gear is sending us an incomplete bed platform sleeping setup. It is going to be very informative and is going to be very good. I have been wanting a product like this. I'm excited to see that I have finally found one. They just launched Noku Gear here recently, and I am excited to talk about all the details of their products and how you can get your hands on them. We'll also have the ability for you to support our mission through their links as well. I'll go ahead and link it, put a little bit of video teaser in here of what you can expect. And then in episodes that we have already done, is the most recent one that we've done is the Boxio setup. So I have the shower still over here to my left because I recorded it today. And then we have a toilet sink shower set up that you can go take a look at. So be sure to go take a look at that episode. It is one of the most efficient, lightweight, compact setups that you can use for truck camping that doesn't require any electricity, any kind of pump, any kind of water storage. It's all confined into one little small milk crate. So it's gonna be something that you're gonna wanna check out, and it's very affordable for what you get out of it. It's a lot more in it than what meets the surface, so be sure to check out that episode. But if you do have any questions on any of the products, you need those links, be sure to hit more and then more again to get to our show notes. That way you can support our mission while getting what you need at the same time. But I appreciate you watching. We will see you on the next episode. Be sure to stay tuned to learn more about what we do here at Revive Outdoors. If this is your first time to our channel, I want to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do here at Revive Outdoors. So we are a nonprofit based out of Birmingham, Alabama, serving multiple states through our mission. Our mission is to make a positive and an eternal impact through conservation. The positive side of that comes to helping connect people through mental health counseling, and then the eternal side is connecting people to salvation through Jesus Christ. So what we do to accomplish that mission is we teach adults how to hunt. So we have a hunting 101 workshop where they can learn all about either deer or turkey hunting, and then they qualify for a one-on-one mentored hunt with our team. We have over 40 volunteers that volunteer their time to take these mentees out on mentored hunts. During that mentored hunt, they're going to take what they learned in that workshop and they're going to apply it to that hunt. But while they are also on that hunt, our team is going to identify where they are at in their walk in life. Do they need to take a step towards mental health counseling, or towards salvation, or towards joining our team, or maybe getting connected with the church or a small group? We want to make that positive and eternal impact. And since 2020, we've had 400 adults come through our mentorship program. We have seen over 100 get connected to mental health counseling, and we have seen 54 individuals receive salvation through Jesus Christ. So God is all in this and leading us to make a huge impact for the kingdom, and we are grateful to be a part of that. And ways that you can be a part of that is you can join our team as well. Whether you're in Alabama or maybe you're in another state, we have virtual meetings where you can connect. Thank God for technology. You can connect to our team, but we would be happy to connect with you if that's something that you're interested in. If you'd like to support us financially, first thing first is use the discount codes or click on the links that we have for the products that you are looking to buy. If you click more and then you hit more again, it'll get to our show notes. You click that link. I know it's an extra step that you have to take, but it helps that company know that you came from our channel, and they will make a donation back to our mission here at Revive Outdoors. You can also give through Venmo, PayPal, or our website if you want to support us that way. But before you leave this episode today, be sure to like the video and then subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, but helps us out a ton. And then be sure to comment any questions that you have, but also comment what you want to see in future episodes so we know what kind of content that you are looking for, so we can help you make those informed purchase decisions. But we thank you again for watching today's episode, and we will see you on the next one.